What's the motherfucking deal? I apologize for the delay. Some shit didn't save, so I was trying to fix it in the background, and now I got all kind of little sketchy shit going on. That's a little bit better. Well, I know what it is. Give me 1 second. Let me fix this while I'm doing that. But welcome to the den. I'm glad all of you could join this evening. And yes, I'm walking around the garage while I'm speaking to you. So, it is what it is. Alakazam. All right, so let's get into some good conversation this evening. I really want to kind of have a different conversation. I want to take a different approach to things tonight, and you'll see what I mean as we get going. But I'm your host, Ed Honcho. Thank you for joining me this evening, Ed Honcho HTX on Instagram and Twitter. If you want to follow my personal social medias, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We do this live every night, 10 p.m. Central. This is the best conversation on the internet, and the reason why this is the best conversation on the internet is because of you. You make this conversation what it is. You make this enjoyable. Let me switch. I don't want to be on fucking Firefox. I got all my shit basically. All my settings all my automation is on Firefox, so I start off there, but let me switch it over to Chrome. I don't like Chrome. I don't like none of these fucking browsers. I hate them all. Exit that out. And so, okay, cool. Now, again, go through the proper protocol. Make sure you follow all the Den Show socials on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Den Show Live, or denshowlive@gmail if you want to send an email. If you want to get some of this, hey, go get that. Let the world know you rocking with your boy, man. Go get that Honcho is my homie shirt. denshowshop.com. You can get you one of those. Shout out to everybody who has copped some merch from the Den Show shop. I sincerely appreciate the support. denshowpodcast.com. And it's going to go, I'm going to start dropping a lot more content overall. So the podcast should get real active this week. Spent some time planning a couple of things today. I'm going to start approaching some things a little bit differently to maximize my output. Live every night, 10 p.m. Central Time. Den at 10, easiest way to remember it. And we're going to be back tomorrow morning, Monday morning, Den at 10 a.m. Shout out to everybody who has been rocking with the Den in the a.m. If you want to make a one-time donation to the channel, you can go to streamlabs.com/The Den Show. There's different methods you can rock with there. And if you want to make a monthly pledge to the channel, go to patreon.com/The Den Show. Shout out to Dan. Shout out to Betty. Shout out to Diana. Shout out to James. Shout out to Goya. And shout out to Miss Stina Starryeyed. I appreciate all of you, having faith in the channel and pledging, making a monthly pledge to the channel so that we can continue to move forward. So I appreciate it. Let's see who we have joined us tonight, and then I'll kind of get into what I mean about the conversation about, what I have in mind tonight. Vichy, what's the motherfucking deal? Danny, MTZ, what's the motherfucking deal? AB, K Cole, what's the motherfucking deal? Everything life with Nikki motherfucking Nicole, what's the motherfucking deal? Rabbit 19, Kahao MC, Makeup Junkie, what's the motherfucking deal? How do you become a makeup junkie? How does that work? Not for myself. I'm just how you get addicted to the makeup? Is there a rehab for makeup? Anyway. Miss Meat, sit your ass. There ain't no rising up in this motherfucker. Sit down, goddammit. Beyond a funny nigga, what's the motherfucking deal? Sam Bloom, what's the motherfucking deal? Ferocious. Who is this Kenneth guy? Name seems familiar, but I don't really recall. Freddie 8, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. Female Pimp, what's the motherfucking deal? Culture the Noobers, Janet Dunbar, what's the motherfucking deal? Jared Key, what's the motherfucking deal? Jared Key is a bad man, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Professor Trio, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's talk about it. Let's get into some good conversation, man. Let's get into some things. Let's get into some discussion. And so you're probably wondering, like, oh, what the hell is Honcho mean? Let's talk about you. Man, there's something I observe. There's something that I know. and why I love this community. Because there's so much input. There's so much on various topics that we discuss. And I want to talk about you. And what I mean by that is, what's going on with you? I know that people go through life on a daily basis And people wear masks sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is you have certain things going on inside. You have certain things that you're dealing with in life. And you just don't know who to talk to. You don't know where to go to get it out. It's just certain things that are just bothering. But you still go about your day-to-day life letting these things eat at you, letting these things impact you. But you continue to wear that mask. You continue to hide those feelings and those emotions. And so I want tonight's den to be a conversation where you can take that mask off and discuss what's going on. And I think, let's talk about the den community for just a second. I'm gonna come back to this. Now, we troll a lot. There's a lot of people who apply pressure, and y'all cannot take it serious. All right. People like to have fun in the den. That's what the conversation is all about, having fun, enjoying yourself. Rashida, what's the motherfucking deal? It's all about having fun and having a good time. So people will troll. You don't take it personal. Troll back. Enjoy the conversation. That is what it is. This community is great because I think we have a lot of caring people in here. But people gonna push buttons. That's just what people do. So don't let the internet people get you. But I think that the den is a great community. Kind of like a family. Sometimes you got them little weird uncles, you don't leave your kids with them, and cousins and shit that in your family you like them, you don't like them too much, but they're your family. And that's kind of what the den is. And we have so many personalities, so many backgrounds that it makes it wonderful. But I want us to, but it's also a community that definitely helps each other a lot. We definitely do care, I think, when people call in and share their stories and various things they've been through. So that's kind of what I want to get into tonight. It doesn't have to be, if you got some drama going on, let's talk about it. If you got something that you're just trying to figure out, let's talk about it. If it's something that's been going on in the news or whatever else that's been bothering you, let's talk about it. Let's get into some real shit tonight. And what I mean is that whatever is really impacting you. If you got goals and some shit like that you want to discuss, and I have goals. I'm going to tell y'all some things here in a minute. But I want to know how you feel, because usually I try to start off. And yes, it is still Sunday. So if you have a Sunday night confession you like to make, let's make it happen. Don't we do that every day, Beyond? Ain't that how that works? I am allegedly, today I saw the newest thing in my repertoire of names. I've been a homophobe, I've been a transphobe, I've been a woman basher, I've been a coon, I was an Oreo yesterday. And today, I think the greatest one of all time. I think the greatest one of all time since I've been doing various things on these channels. I am now a CIA agent. Apparently, I'm a CIA agent. No, Kenneth, I leave the being a bitch and being a simp, I leave that directly for you and you own it. So, yes. With my background and all my shenanigans and nonsense, I'm a CIA agent. Y'all know I used to fire up blunts on this channel and talk real crazy, but I'm a CIA agent, right? Because I'm trying to lead black people to their demise, apparently, by talking about some knucklehead who was fucking up his own community and robbing and shooting motherfuckers. But I'm a CIA agent because I'm the bad guy, right? I'm doing bad things to people. Crazy shit, right? This is the shit that happens. Smith, what's the motherfucking deal? Savage Donald Trump, what's the motherfucking deal? So again, the things that people think it's just mind blowing. But again, I enjoy all of it. I love it all. It is what it is. It goes how it goes. UFO Norway, what's the motherfucking deal? Yeah, man. So let me flash my badge. Scotty must have ate it or something. I don't fucking know. I've heard it all. But but here's the deal. Let me talk about what I got going. So I'll give y'all a little insight, and then I want y'all to, feel free to open up, man. If y'all got something on your mind, I want to talk to y'all. I want to discuss whatever's going on in your world. We cover a variety of topics and things. And if it's just something you want to discuss, I don't want to go super free range conversation like we did the other night. We know what happened last time we had a free range Friday. It did not end well for everybody. It ended well for most of us, but it didn't end well for everybody. So I didn't want to call tonight a free range conversation totally. that being home was the motherfucking deal. But it is what it is. We can discuss that. Oh, word? Damn. It was just 14. How many ran up on, I don't know, buddy. Did you have a discussion with them about that situation? Yeah, man, I'm everything. Oh man, I saw some of that yesterday. Y'all are bad people. I love y'all, but y'all are bad people. So let's talk about goals and dreams, right? And I set a goal, and I told you it's been over a year, probably since I've smoked anyway. But a goal for this channel, like I said, I wanted to get it to 5K, and then I might start considering doing the maybe like a smoke something Saturday, just once in a while. Not gonna take it fully back to the Kush Den. But sometimes I look and I I think about what's going on. I think about the direction that this channel has gone and how many changes it's made just from the people who've joined. And again, that's what I say, it's really about y'all, because each person has a significant input when we have what, we can't bring the Kush Den back. Y'all hate it, babe. Every once in a while, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it on the regular, because I do notice a significant difference in my output versus when it was the Kush Den, it was something different. Thank you, Professor Trill. that Kenneth guy, who knows that guy? Them streams were great. Cartier, what's the motherfucking deal? Those streams were great. I don't care what y'all say. I go back and watch those sometimes, and they are terrible. Man, we can always talk BBW. Y'all know I love talking BBW. The Kush Den videos are blocked. They are accessible. I got to make a list of them so I can send the links out. But they're going to be, I'm going to do that tomorrow morning, because I've been depriving the Patreon supporters. So the Patreon, if you pledge via Patreon, you can have access to I forgot which tier it is, but you have access to the old Kush Den videos. So yeah, they're still there. They still exist. They're not deleted. They're just private. And they are crazy. Wow. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you have those people who just refuse to believe anything. And it's crazy. But we're going to talk about that too, because some of the comments I saw in reference to this situation, that Brandon Weber situation, blow my mind. Crazy stuff. So, again, but as the channel continues to grow, and it's grew a lot faster than I anticipated. Some of these conversations we've been having, I didn't really expect some of the impact that has happened. But it's become heavily female dominated, and I'm okay with that. I love the ladies. I love y'all. And some of y'all are a little crazy, but I still love the crazy ladies too. But I just think about it on a daily, time to time, where is this channel going? What is it going to become? What could it become? I told y'all my goal is I want to be the black. Go ahead, Honcho. Yeah, I had to start branding, man. I said, I want to be the black Howard Stern. And I hate using the black something or other, but if I was really to describe it, it'd be an element of a couple of things. It would be a few elements. It'd be a little bit of Joe Rogan. That's why the goal is to, get out the garage and get a solid location, because I'm not going to bring anybody to my house to do interviews. But no, I did not watch it. I saw the thing. I ended up spending some time with family today. Had a happy Father's Day. Had some little pleasant surprise, and it was cool. Say bad weather come. Thank you, because I don't ever check the weather, and I just end up getting fucked off by it. I told y'all I didn't even see. I didn't even know Harvey came till he was here. He was knocking on the front door. Hey, what's up, my nigga? Let me come in. But so I appreciate that. I definitely y'all definitely got to give me the weather report if you're in the city. I don't know. But and I ponder and I wonder and I wonder sometimes, what do the people get out of the den? And I want to know what y'all think about that tonight. So even if you don't have anything personal that you want to share, just get off your chest, or just kind of just want to talk about. But I want to know, what is it about the den that you enjoy most? What is it about the den that you don't like so much? What would you change about it? If it was you, if you were the host of the den, how would you approach it? Now, people know who've been here for a while. I definitely take constructive criticism very well, and if certain things are sound good, and I'll think about it after stream. I say, you know what, that's actually a pretty good idea. I'm gonna do that. Or that was a terrible idea. I hope nobody ever says that again. But either way it goes, let's talk about it. So, because then again, I tell you, this is a community. I don't look at it as a channel. So I like to know what you feel. I like to know what the people think. I like to know what the people feel. But about that comment that she said about somebody saying that Malia's not dead. That's crazy stuff. That's crazy stuff. About the people who are sitting there, oh, this is government conspiracy. Man, look, again, I tell you, I look at everything on an individual basis. Now, if we were talking about one set of police in one area doing this consistent thing, then I understand it. Well, in this situation, U.S. Marshals, oh, well, we don't know that he didn't do this, and we don't know that he, we can't use the pictures on Facebook. People go from bad to good all the time. Right. Okay, absolutely. You know, let's just be realistic. Appreciate that, UFO Norway. Let's just be realistic about certain things, man. Can I put a picture of you flying on a bald eagle in the background? I don't know if I can do that, but I know what I will do. I saw something super funny the other day, and I'm gonna put this up. Some of y'all gonna be mad, but I still love y'all. I thought it was hilarious. Ragu pasta sauce recall. I had some of that last week. I'm gonna die. Well, it's over for me. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Damn it. Where is this shit? I'm gonna put it up before the stream's over. I go put it up right now. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna open up the lines. Like I said, I'm not gonna take too much time talking. I've already talked enough. I want to know about y'all, man. If you, like I said, if you got an issue that you just need somebody to talk to, that you would like some input on, you know, that you may not be able to talk to people in your day-to-day occurrences about, you know, feel free. This is the den. This is the community. We definitely discuss everything. But I had a picture of Trump with a grill. That shit was some gangster shit. He came down, he hollered at TV Johnny. He got his shit right. Let's rock real quick with this. You know how I got to do it before we open up the line. Hey, tomorrow morning we will be back live with the Morning Dens, weekdays, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Central. Make sure you tune in, and while you're at work, while you're cooling, whatever you got going on. You know, if you can call in, love to hear from you. If not, just listen in, tune in. Every night, live, nightly, 10 p.m. Central. Den at 10 a.m., 10 p.m. Easiest way to remember it. Told you, Den Show podcast. Make sure you tune in. I'm starting dropping some short episodes. There may be 20 to 30 minute episodes throughout the week, and uploading some more of the classic dens. And if y'all have any suggestions for a classic den to upload that maybe some of the newer folks have not heard, OGs, triple OGs, let me know what y'all think, and we'll get some of those going so people can kind of catch up and, you know, catch some of these old classics, get inside on some of these old jokes. Den Show Shop. Lots of merch you can go get. DenShowShop.com. You can go get that Honcho's My Homie shirt. You can get that That's Unfortunate shirt I was rocking the other day. You can get you one of these mugs right here in the background. Variety of items. And yes, we do have ladies' shirts, because I would love to see the ladies. You know, I got the low cut shirts, you know, with the ladies. Anyway, let me stop. Let me change the topic. Let me stop. DenShowLive.com, man. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Den Show Live. Come join the Facebook group. Go like the Facebook page. I appreciate everybody who's been showing love. If you got something you want to share, DenShowLive@gmail is the easiest way to contact. I have not been checking emails like all week, here and there, and I'm not being consistent, but I'm going to start, like I say, scheduling how I check them. And so I'll start off first thing in the morning tomorrow if I've missed you. And I know y'all have sent some very pertinent information, and so I will get on that. Anytime, you can call the Den 833-284-3336. If you don't want to call, you can always text. If you got a picture message, something like that, see, usually I'll see that before anything else. So if you got something you really want to drop on me, feel free to use that. So if the Den line is not active, you can always text, like I said, MMS message, whatever it is. And you want my personal shit, you want to just follow my personal socials, Ed Honcho HTX, Instagram, and Twitter. Now, let us do what we must do. And let's open this line. Well, actually, let me go ahead and boot it up over here. And I want to hear from y'all, man. I want to know what's going on in your world. You know, I sit here, I talk a lot, and I run my mouth all fucking stream long. But I care about you people. I really do. What do you mean, you people? I really do, man. You guys come in here and y'all share stories, y'all talk about things, and I was like, man, you know, I think about certain calls. I think about things that people said, and like I said, I've become very attached to some of you. Okay, and so I'm glad that you can join. D Love, been a minute. Where you been at, D Love? Goddamn. All right. So the line is open. Feel free. Let's see. See, I love the DM for the difference of opinions that everyone has. Cool. Then I said, yeah, let me see. See, I get genuine, emotionally and intellectually driven conversation from individuals for the most part that are forthwith in their viewpoints and intentions. Yeah, that's what I like. I think the most about the DN too is just people are going to be genuine. They're going to speak their mind, and they're going to say exactly how they feel. And that's what I love. That's what I love. Okay, I actually missed a couple of texts. Okay. Let's see, we got called in. I'm gonna finish reading that text. I see the text you sent Jared, so I'm definitely gonna check that out. Already. No, the microphone is trying to know it is. I ain't even gotta look. Hold on.
Hello.
What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Hey, this is Beyond Funny.
Oh, son of a bitch! I cut it out. Oh, Beyond, I fried you, man. I fried you. I fixed the fucking mic, and then I just exited out the whole system because the little fucking button was right there and was not paying attention to it. So I apologize for that, and please call back. Please call. I fried it. That was very rude. That was extremely rude of me. Players fuck up, right? That is what happened. Man, my bad. That's tough. Yeah, look, fuck it. I'm gonna call Beyond back. That's how I get down. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna call you back. Goddamn, I fucked it up. I call you back. Y'all remember the Jerky Boys? What's the motherfucking deal? My fault, man. I had clicked the wrong fucking thing, and I fucked up the call, man. But what's on your mind there, Beyond?
I was gonna call in regards to the den.
Mm-hmm.
What I feel like the den is, well, it actually helped me mature a lot more than what I used to be. I was a real childish person. How I discovered the den, it was basically from Soft Sports. I see you like plugging it at the end of Soft Sports videos and stuff like that. So one night I was just like, let me see what he about. So I go. I think it was when the Kush Den was out, or he was just finishing up the Kush Den or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, Honcho. I ain't know what the hell was going on, but because I see people like how you can see the chat replays and shit like that. It was like your reactions would be so late,
Yeah.
and like you be playing computer games or some shit. And like you ask, like your forehead to be shy and shit. What's going on? What the hell going on?
Now look, that wasn't always my fault because YouTube used to have a more delayed chat reaction, and they fixed it to where they had that low latency, so that the chat started coming in faster. So it wasn't all my fault. I was high, I was lit, and I was a little slow boogie, but it wasn't. I got to put some of the blame on YouTube. Nah, that was on me. I was fucked up. But it was good. Okay, your forehead was shining. It's still shiny, so fuck it.
Yeah, I feel like you as a person, you're more a person that I could connect to, because you're more local. You're basically like somebody I would talk to like on the street. I don't like people that try to play an image or whatever. Try to be something that they're not, and try to tell people what they should and what they should not. Man, you just speak from the heart, and that's what I respect about you. Another thing about the den, the only thing that I would change about the den is maybe while you doing the YouTube stream at night and in the morning, I don't know how many devices that you have or anything. Maybe you could go live on Facebook or go live on Instagram all at the same time, so that your followers and stuff on all platforms can see it live. And maybe you could have some guests in. I personally don't think anything's wrong with the garage. I feel like you could do a lot with the garage. Just have people come in or do what you used to do. Like if they couldn't make it or whatever, just hook them up. Skype or something. That'd be interesting. Right?
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's definitely somebody to look into as far as the multiple platforms. I know various people prefer certain things, so that's something I definitely need to delve into more so this week. So okay. Okay. Appreciate that. So what about you, Mr. Beyond? What is going on in Beyond's world? How's life treating
Um, I can't complain right now because I'm being hot as hell outside. I got 2 jobs, working at the pool and shit,
you? Okay.
burning up.
You seeing good sights at
Right
the
now,
pool?
huh?
Do you see any good sights at the pool, or is it a bunch of juvies? What you see good at that
Uh,
pool?
a bunch of goofy ass
Nah,
kids and shit.
boo.
Ain't no action going on. No stuff.
Okay.
And that I'm really doing this for financial stability. Like I'm trying to really get financially stable for one. I'm trying to break out of the getting a want instead of a need. I need to break down my priorities and get them straight. So I'm doing these. I'm trying to see what I can do, how I can challenge myself, to see what I can handle, what I can't handle. So these 2 jobs is really a test for me. You know, I'm really telling myself, you don't need that shit. This shit like that. I'm just really trying to build up. I always think that I need some income to fall back on. I get tired of, not living, but like being the paycheck to paycheck. Can't do stuff when I want to do it because all my money gone on stupid shit.
Yeah, I understand. I definitely understand that. So have you still been doing the comedy gigs?
Huh?
Have you still been doing the comedy thing, like the stand up?
Uh, nah, not really, because I haven't looked at any openings up right now. But I know a lot of places have open mics available. But the thing is, my schedule's tight. I basically only have Mondays off, and by the time I get home at night from work and shit, I'm laid out. I'm flatline.
Okay, okay.
But I definitely will get back into that though. I just need to get this money first and set up something.
Okay. Anything else that's on your mind that you just want to share, talk about, or thoughts or whatever?
Nah, not really. I'll call back if I take it from.
Okay, okay. Well, I appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts on the den and where improvements can be made, what you do like about it, and again, like I say, hopefully everything falls in line because I definitely like to have a chance to catch you on one of these open mics. You know what I'm saying? Because I think you got something. I do think you got a talent, and I hope that you always continue to pursue it.
I appreciate it, Honcho.
I really beyond appreciate the call, man.
Nah.
Nah. Man, you ain't plug the thing. Hey, if you see him in the chat, it's beyond beyond underscore a funny nigga. When he get back in the chat, if he posts something in the chat, his IG name is the same as his YouTube name, and you definitely gotta check it out. It's probably one of the more entertaining pages on Instagram. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
What's going on, Hinchy? It's Mr. Rabbit number 19.
Rabbit number 22. What's going on, Dr. Rabbit? Or Mr. Rabbit? I forgot you lost your credentials. What's on your mind there?
I called in. I don't know if you saw it in the chat, but congratulations on 4K subscribers.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I know you've been down with the den for a long time, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate you for that. So, how have you seen changes in the den since you've been a friend of the den for quite some time? What have you seen change for the better, for the worse, and any other opinions that you would have on it?
Well, for one, it's not a sausage party anymore.
This is true.
And I remember when you wanted to stop the Kush Den, and you wanted it to be. I don't remember what it was for, but I remember you wanted to stop it and just let it become the den. And yeah, I remember some of the Kush days where we always had the girl smoking the blunt in the background.
Hey, that was some
Sometimes
fun.
you would have sometimes it'd be a video of you in the background playing whatever game you played from the mixer.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. Yeah, I remember those days. Those
and
were rough.
yeah, and what beyond mentioned your shiny ass forehead.
Yes, that's a staple of the den. I believe that's something that will never change.
Yeah, freaking milk dud with the wig. Nah, no, I'm just playing. But
Okay, well, I remember that. Moderators, I hope y'all heard that. So when Mr. No, I'm just fucking with you, man. I'm just fucking with you. It's all good.
but anyways, yeah, man. Yeah, man. And I still don't. Why did you want the Kush Den to change?
Because I felt like I was changing, and I felt like it had to be something different. And at that point, it was probably maybe 4 or 5 months in that I hadn't been smoking, and I really wasn't, doing the weed thing anymore. Really wasn't going to do the drinking thing too much. Professor Trill, Brudley is it, man. So don't let y'all fool him. He's incognito. But and I just felt like I felt like it was changing. The conversation felt like it was changing. Certain things just felt different, and so to make it more presentable to other people, because I wasn't engaging in any reefer. I think people were looking at it one way when you see the name Kush. This must be a weed show, and it was early on. So I felt like the den was just more suitable, because the den was always a part of the name, because I felt like it should be a place where we should have open conversation. That's the whole premise. That's always been the whole premise of the conversation, is being able to speak openly and freely and speak your mind. And so without the Kush, it's still the den. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see that. And I guess I could definitely see it changed because you were changing, and this is true. People change, either for the better or the worse. Take it however you want it. But people do change,
Mm-hmm.
and I've definitely changed over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I remember when I don't know if it was still reverted to the den or not, but I remember when the Kush Den again, I don't remember if it was reverted to the den or not, but I remember when this channel hit 2,000 subscribers.
Yeah, I think it was the den at that time, because it was still like the Kush den. It was like it remained in the couple of hundreds for a little bit, because all I would do was stream, so I never really do short form content, so nobody was really watching. It would only be people who may have came over from the sauce or something like that. You know what I'm
I
saying?
definitely came over from the sauce because I remember I found you through the sauce, and I found your freaking Why the Texans Could Go 16-0 video. I found you. That's what I found you through, man. That's what I found you through, that video. And then you mentioned the Kush Den. I'm like, Kush Den. So I saw the channel. I'm like, and I remember I didn't subscribe right away because I was a little bit skeptical about it, and it went from just me being skeptical about it to me completely forgetting about it. So when you finally brought it up again, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I might as well subscribe. And yeah, you're the reason. You are the reason why I know what a reefer is.
Yeah, I remember you were talking about doing blunts one stream, and we were like, oh, we're doing blunts, doing a blunt. That's a thing. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
don't engage in the reefers, Dr. Rabbit. I don't think that's a thing you should. Not until you're a little bit older, at
Nope,
least.
absolutely not.
Now do it. Smoke that shit. Now I'm fucking with you. Don't listen to me. Don't succumb to peer pressure.
Nah, peer pressure sucks dick.
I had something to say with that. I'm gonna just leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that all the way alone. Okay. All right. Anything else you'd like to add there, Mr. Rabbit?
Nope.
Okay. Well, what's going on in your world, Mr. Rabbit? Like, what's going on with you? How's life treating you?
Well, it's been going good. It's pretty good.
Okay. 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 So, are you enjoying your time off from school? Are you getting a chance to just kind of reevaluate some things? Are you just kind of gaming? Like, what do you got going on?
Uh, well, I'm really, I don't know, just been hanging around, the house. Uh, either playing with the dogs, or uh, just playing whatever video game there is. But it's been pretty good.
Okay. Okay. All right. Is there any particular new game that you're looking forward to?
Maximum Football 19 for my birthday.
Hmm. I have no idea. What's that all about? I hadn't heard about that.
It's basically, well, it's an indie developed game, which it's not very, it's not like Madden where where the graphics are just immaculate. No, it's a little bit different. The graphics are okay. Uh, okay is being very, very generous, but uh, Doug Flutie went to their uh, to basically put his name on the cover. The cover. Doug Flutie's Maximum Football 19, and it offers uh, basically kind of like how they did in the NCAA franchise, the NCAA football franchise, where they had a dynasty mode, road to glory mode, and yeah, stuff like that. And they're offering that in Maximum Football 19. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's pretty cool, and I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Okay.
But as I've mentioned, it's an indie developed game, so it's not very, budget wasn't very high.
Okay. So, have you ever eaten Flutie Flakes?
Okay,
Have you ever eaten Flutie Flakes? Doug Flutie had a cereal, Flutie Flakes.
where can you buy it?
I don't think it's in. I don't think it's in production anymore. Doug
Oh,
Flutie's
man.
not. He's not in production. The flakes aren't in production. It is. That's about it. Once he stopped, I think they stopped with it.
Well, no, I've never had Flutie Flakes. Were they good?
I've never eaten them either. I just heard about them. I wasn't gonna go there.
Well, myth or not, it would have been kind of cool to have them. Although I feel like they'd just be Frost Flakes, just rebranded.
I think they were something like that. They might not have had. They may not have had frosting on them. You know.
Yeah.
So, Flutie's all natural, so you don't want to give you all that artificial bullshit. Flutie's for the kids. Okay, okay. Anything else on your mind?
Nah.
All right. Well, Mr. Rabbit, I appreciate you for being a denizen for so long, and I hope you continue to stay active within the community.
Yes, I will.
All right, and I appreciate you calling in this evening.
All right.
All right. Shout out to Mr. Rabbit. Mr. Rabbit been holding down the den for quite some time, and one day I'm going to steal one of his dogs. So that's a different conversation, but we're not going to get into that right now. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Or I don't want to be nobody's fucking babysitter. Hell, sometimes I may want to get fucked up and get carried to the car. Let me fix off that tree. I've done it many a time. Because I didn't want to get fucked up and drive. Be driving while I'm already fucked up. So, bitch, I crashed in my back street for a couple of hours. And
Right. So we're just gonna act like that didn't happen. We gonna act like that didn't happen. Oh, you smoking every time you call? You better hit that 2 times for your boy. Look, these blacks. I think actually too. I think it's time for me to get back off the blacks. I've been engaging them too frequently. And it's just time for me to reach these goals so I can, fire up every now and then. I think, like I say, when I do start smoking again, it'll probably be like after the dens, right before bed. Just kind of recap my day and call it a wrap. Right now, these blacks they just don't cut it. I mean, it's just for the sake of smoke. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So, yeah. But see, female pimp, you wouldn't be all in my face, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't be smelling my breath. Okay. Man, look. Oh man, yeah, ESPN was cool, but the one was 2K was the shit. 2K Sports. But now I'm kind of glad they don't, because it would probably end up being like how NBA 2K is. Eventually, that's what the route that it would have went. So maybe it's good that they don't make football anymore. But ESPN, Madden's the same way. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
What's up, Honcho? This is D-Love.
D-Love, what's the motherfucking deal, D-Love, man? Where you been at, man? What's going on?
Yeah, man, I'm in the military, so we had to go on this crackhead mission.
No, don't
We
go on
just went to the
crackhead
field
missions.
for a couple of days.
That's terrible. Crack missions are the worst missions. Okay. Well, I'm glad that's over and done with for now. What's on your mind this evening?
First off, who was the last caller and what was that about?
I don't know, and I have no idea.
All right, so yes, apparently we're talking about the den. Sound like we're talking about the history of the den and what's going on in our lives. So yeah, I didn't notice until one of the last callers said that the den was at 4K. And that's alarming to me because I remember when it was the Kush Den and you only had like a couple hundred, right?
Yes, sir.
And the crazy thing was the sauce. Like I was subscribed to the sauce since 2K, and the first video I actually saw was the 16 and 0 video. And when I was watching it, I was like, "Yeah, you full of shit." But like, I know you was full of BS, but I watched it anyway because it was funny, especially when you got to the Tennessee Titans. You was like, "Fuck the Titans twice," and man, you was actually right for saying that because I think that was the year we hung up 50 on them, and that was pretty good. I was actually on leave and I got to watch it next to my dad, so it was a good game.
Yeah.
And as embarrassing as it was, I was actually worried about the Titans. And that was just whatever. But no, so. No, both channels came a long way. And for the Dan to be at 4K right now, I might have to go back and check and see how many subscribers you got on the sauce.
I think it's like a difference of I think it's like about 700 difference. The Den is definitely over the last couple of months has accelerated the growth much more significantly than the sauce. And I won't say I was neglecting the sauce, but it was just, I guess I had a point where I was having some frustration with the Texans and I was getting frustrated about talking about them a little bit. And the day just was providing more interesting conversation for a minute. And then the way, how I approach the conversation to the Texans, how the round table approaches the conversation, oh, y'all are being so negative and I don't see it, this team. And then all this stuff starts happening and now the whole town sounds the same. Like they just started some new conversation, but we've been having the same conversation for months, but that's a different conversation. So
yes, I do notice that the Den is a lot more interesting I know it interests a lot of people of every topic and not just the Texans and I did get the news that the Texans have fired the GM, and to me it seems like Cal is being a little bit more aggressive, but at the same time, they got themselves into a bigger hole because, I just wish they stopped trying to be like the Patriots and establish their own identity. And I ain't trying to talk about the Texans now, but it's like I haven't seen anything from the South as of lately, and I'm trying to get everybody's opinion on this Nick Casario thing, and now that they're not pursuing him, because I wanted them to get Joe Douglas, But I'm trying to figure out like who's gonna be the next GM, and if it's gonna be O'Brien, then we can say goodbye to the season. I mean,
Right now it is O'Brien, and they're saying like they're not going to make any moves until they may stay stagnant until next year. But I think that can be good and that can be bad. We had recently did a little something. I'm not going to go too far into it, but I don't think it's going to bode well. But I think it's going to eventually end up with O'Brien's firing. So I'm with it. Fuck it.
yeah, he'll be out of here by this year. So what else? What else we are talking about as far as the dance?
What's going on in your world? That's kind of where we're at. It's really about y'all. Like I said, the den conversation part is cool, but you know, what's going on in your world? How's life treating you, D-Love?
Man, how life is treating me. Yeah, man. The military sucks. We all know that, but I'm almost out. So it's coming to an end.
How much longer you got to go?
As far as things looking right now, to January of next year,
Okay, cool.
should be up. It officially ends in March, but I got like 2 months of terminal leave, so I can like get out like 2 months earlier. So I just feel for that. But as life's treating me, like besides that, because I recently got back from a field mission that we just got and just forced camping, what you would say. So now I got back, got on a keyboard. Ever since I've been back, I've been just chilling in bed. Here's what I want to point out because I don't really like. I'm not really the copycat type, but beyond the funny nigga, I've been watching your stuff on Instagram, dude, and that stuff is inspiring. Like the stuff you do is like innovative. The way he do his comedy stuff on Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it or not, but that stuff is innovative and that stuff is inspiring. So, if you see me taking bits and pieces of your work and kind of creating it into my own, don't really look at it as me copying your stuff, which I probably am. But don't look at it like that.
He gonna take your whole copy, gonna download that shit. He just gonna repeat it in his voice, and that's gonna be it. I'm not copying it. I'm just improving it with my feel to it. Nah, fuck with you.
No, what I'm saying, like, that stuff is inspiring, and that is unique because I ain't never seen anybody do anything like that. Because me, I don't have a lot of the equipment to create YouTube videos, and also I'm trying to do like animation videos about stuff that happens.
Yeah.
So I'm also trying to do that as well, but I don't have like the expensive equipment to put into that work.
You got
so I might have
a
to
phone, D-Love?
No, I don't have a phone. I'm actually calling you from this from my pager. Like I got a phone. So,
yeah. Then you got equipment, man. You can start making it. You can make it shake.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You just got to start somewhere.
Right. What I was just gonna say is I'm gonna use what I have, and it might not be much, but it might get the job done.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and try to do all that stuff. So like I said, Beyond, I mean, your stuff is good, and I'm not copying you. I'm just gonna paste it. So don't don't copyright me. Is what I'm trying to say. But shout out to you, Beyond. I mean, hopefully whenever you can get back at it because your stuff is funny. And I'm gonna go ahead and try to start this YouTube channel. Just because there's a narrative, like the narrative in the military is the same as the narrative in high school. Like they're trying to create this narrative that you need. Like if you don't go to college, you won't be successful or anything. It's kind of like that with the Army because I got a lot of people telling me that if I don't re-enlist and if I actually do get out, then I'm gonna struggle. I'm not gonna be able to make a living because I should be like dependent on the Army and stuff. It's just that's the stuff that I'm tired of, and it's time to call it quits. So yeah, that's basically what I have going on.
Okay. Well, like I said, hopefully these next few months are as smooth for you as possible. I know that since you've been in the den, I know it's kind of been some frustrations that dealing with. I know you mentioned coworkers and things not holding up their weight and other stuff like that. So hopefully, like I say, you can get some of these things started. Maybe it'll expedite the time for you, and before you know it, you'll be back home and pursuing the next phase of your life. So again, like I said, just maximize your opportunities.
And Honcho, I don't know what you be on, like incognito, like that stuff is funny.
I don't even remember where that came. Wasn't it like a Ludacris album or something like that? I can't remember. It was something I heard it somewhere before a long time ago. But yeah.
Smoked on Saturday, so come on now.
Yeah. Hey, look,
Oh, you funny though.
Look, I'm trying to get on my Beyond, man. I'm trying to be like Beyond. I'm trying to get my comedy game up. Appreciate that, Miss Alicia.
Hey. Every night, that's all I got, Honcho.
Okay. Well, thank you there, D Love, and it's good to hear from you, man.
I appreciate it, Honcho.
All right, have a good evening. Appreciate that, Mr. Nice Guy. Thank you. Panera Bread. Okay, you hit you a lick there, Dr. Rabbit. That's funny. And yeah, D Love, if you catch it, man, go back, scroll up in the chat a little bit. There are a couple of people who have some suggestions for you. So maybe those things can be beneficial with your transition back into civilian life. Okay, interesting. Well, I agree. Look, trust me, I love the reefer, right? But I'm a person, like I've said it before, that I believe in sacrifice. If you want to make certain advancements in life, you have to be willing to sacrifice certain things. And so there's several little small sacrifices I've made, and a couple of more that I need to make, I think, to start getting where I want to be. And, it's to this point where it needs to be not a necessity, but more of a reward. Because there's points where, I smoke a little bit here, then I get back to smoking heavy and, be sluggish, or not necessarily sluggish, but slow boogie, you know what I mean? And it impacted the quality of what I was trying to do. And so, reefer is 10 times better than the black and mild. But the reason why, like I said, I stopped is because I don't enjoy the black and mild. It's just for the sake of smoke. So I have like this thing about smoke. But if I wanted to, for enjoyment out of it, I'd rather smoke weed. And so right now, it's not, like I say, it's not a punishment, but again, I'm abstaining from something I enjoy until I reach certain goals. And we get much closer to one of the goals that I have to allow myself. I got a short list, about 4 things that I have to do before I will allow myself to smoke again. So, but getting 5K in the den is one of them. So we are less than 1,000 away from that. So hopefully, like I said, if I continue to grind, then that'll come a little bit faster. But there's still, like I say, 2 or 3 other things that I have to handle before I'm allowed to do those things. Oh, there go Miss Me starting that shit. See, look, I ain't even want no smoke. See, look, Professor Trill come here and challenge me. I had to whoop that ass. But again, like I say, to me, it's like, because like I said, I'm not big on drinking. I probably stopped drinking maybe a couple of months after I stopped smoking. I did a couple of drink dens, and whatever drink den was the last one I did, I don't even remember which one it was. That was probably the last drink I had, and I don't even remember what it was. But so I'm probably maybe about 2 months behind at the most, as far as the last time I've had a drink. So it's probably been about 10 months since I've drank anything, and it's been a year since I've smoked. So it is what it is, but we'll get there eventually. Mushroom stamp. So I want to know how y'all feeling, man. What's going on in y'all's world, then, folk? I want to know, is anybody dealing with something that they need to talk about? Would love to hear it, and maybe we can help you resolve any issues you have. If you want to talk about den memories, or how things have been since you've been here. I know some folks are a little bit newer, so they like, I don't know. But yeah, I read them, Jared. So like I said, that's a good deal, and I think that's the we got a call coming in. I think it's the best decision for you. And I understand about the family thing. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we have calling in to the den this evening?
You got calling in Mr. Nice Guy.
Mr. Nice Guy. How you doing this evening, Mr. Nice Guy?
I'm doing good, man. I'm just chilling outside, just enjoying this weather.
Okay. What part of the country you located in?
Denver, Colorado, sir.
I envy you a little bit there, you know. So,
Yeah.
Mr. Nice
Yeah,
Guy.
you know. Yeah, it's not as bad as it's in Houston, but it's pretty all right.
Okay. So, Mr. Nice Guy, what's on your mind this evening?
I just want to talk about the topic earlier, man. Like, you know, like the whole thing with the what were we talking about earlier? You were talking about the whole thing with the.
We talking about the Brandon Weber guy, or I wonder if you're talking about Brandon Weber, or just kind of what's shaking in the den, or. Well, call back there, Mr. Nice Guy. Get a chance. Female pimp, I would be questionable. I'm questioning your taco making ability. You know, you have to make a couple, send them overnight delivery, and if they still taste good by the time they get here, then you got skills. If not, I doubt your ability to be able to do such a thing. All right, call back. Look, you know, and again, I know people have asked, but and I have severely been slacking in, because I know people have hit me with some different stuff about the meet and greet. And again, if you're in the Facebook group, we were having a conversation, so I know some people want to go one direction, and some people are thinking another direction. And with the numbers that we have, you know, it's going to be relatively interesting because there are options. I don't want to say shout out to Miss Cartier because she definitely lent a big hand in getting these things together. But I know the question was, you know, what was it? The hotel room, and some people, you know, were asking about the B&B. And again, it depends on the numbers, you know, to make that shake, because I think both options have upsides and downsides. I know that, you know, a lot of folks don't really know each other. So if people go, I don't know about the B&B, you know, maybe just do the hotel. Some people would like the B&B would be cooler. So I promise y'all this week, all this has to be done as far as what we're going to do. So if you are interested in joining and meeting up in November, the weekend of November 8th, the weekend of November 8th is the weekend that it will happen. And so make sure you reach out, even if it's by email, or if you're on IG or you're on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, it's probably most convenient. I'll add you to the conversation. And then we can go. So like I said, get all these details executed. I want to get that done early in the week and then go from there. Right now, let me see. I want to say we're at about 10, 11 people who have confirmed, and we have a few maybes. But again, like I say, it's diverse people. Some people they kind of have a place, and so they have a place that they kind of already want to stay, and not knocking that's fine. And so depending on how many people are really serious about it, you know, maybe get the location, and, you know, people can meet up, however that works. But like I said, we'll iron out all the details. But the plan too was to maybe get all a place in the same hotel, then have an extra room, and that would be the den room, where, you know, any meet and greet festivities and things like that take place. So, like I say, some good options, some good plans. And again, if you're interested, definitely let me know so everything can be ironed out. Because they actually have some very nice Airbnbs out there, some very nice ones that sleep a decent amount of people and have quite a few rooms and things like that. But, you know, we don't want no real world situations, you know. We all got to get along. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening.
Hey, sorry about that, man.
Oh,
It's
no.
Mr. Nice Guy again, man.
Okay, no problem. You were saying,
Yeah, I got a little bit disconnected over here.
all right,
But like I said, man, I was trying to stick on that whole thing about what you were talking about earlier.
which one is it? The Weber situation or the Den? Just kind of how it's changed, or your thoughts on the Den, or which one?
Yeah, Mom. No. Thoughts on Den. Den's doing great, man. Like I said, you reached 4,000 subscribers and plus, and like I came in at about like 3,000, and you're doing real good over there, man. You're doing real good, Honcho.
And I appreciate that.
I like that. I like their callers, and I like the whole platform you're doing over here, man. I appreciate everything you do, man. But like I said, man, it's the whole thing about what you talked about earlier today. Like, what was it on appearance and what was it, appearance and like how things are said in the media.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So like, yeah, man, like so I'm obviously Hispanic, so but like the whole thing with like the media is crazy because I had Hillary Clinton come to my high school over here, and she didn't say nothing about like how bad our town was, how bad like our system was over here, and and it goes strong because it's like, why is it that they want to put like certain shit into the media, but they don't want to put certain things out there like with our own folks, like with our own like community. Like why is it that we don't ever display, like they need officers that are from the community to police the community, but we obviously don't do that,
Yeah, I agree. To me, that's a major thing. I think that's a major key to changing some of the relationships that the community has with police officers. But again, at the same time, too, part of it is people wanting to do those jobs, and I think it's like a double-edged sword in a way, because if you already have this bad stigma of the cops and the community has this bad stigma of the cops, then it takes a certain type of person to want to say, hey, well, I want to go change that. Or it's a person who feels like they've had a negative experience within that community to want to go change, to want to go become a cop, and then they may not respond so positively when dealing with people. You know what I mean? So
yes sir. I agree with that. But like, you know what? Like the whole thing within my community is that these cops drive around with their windows up, man. Like you ever been to a community where cops actually go out and like speak to the people and get to know the people? Like why are like, you ever notice that? Like, why are we having things where the cops don't ever? I ain't even just talking about cops. I'm talking about anything. I'm talking about bureaucrats. I'm talking about anything where they come out and they actually, thrive in the community. They actually like live in the community, speak to the community. Like why is it that we hold so much accountable like to the community, but the motherfuckers that are sorry, I don't mean to cuss.
No, you cool,
the
man.
people that are the people that are like holding us accountable, holding the whole community accountable, don't hold themselves accountable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and I think that, again, like I said, a very good point. That, like you said, not only the law enforcement, but the people who are supposed to be voted upon by the community, they only come out when it's time to get those votes. They make a couple of stops and they look like they're, entrenched in the community. Oh, I grew up here and I was a part. And they say all this bullshit, these talking points that make it sound real good. But then as soon as they get the votes that they need, you don't hear from them for another 2 years, 4 years, or, whenever they need your vote again. I agree. I mean,
yes, sir.
But it's up to the people to say, hey, this person's a fraud, or this person here is not legit. But again, you only have so many options because you only have so many people who are willing. And the thing about it is marketing. It applies to everything, and the way you market yourself as a politician. So it's people who may be better for these positions, but their information doesn't get out there. They're not as well known to the people. So folks are going to be attracted to, or they're going to respond to what they get the most information about. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Yeah. So do you think marketing actually holds like people accountable? Like, do you think like that the fact that people are marketable are they just numbers in the end, or like are they actually being presented as, you know what I'm saying? Like, are they being presented as people, or are they being presented as numbers?
I mean, I think ultimately, like when you get down to it, people have habits and tendencies. And so these people, especially if you get into marketing and there's certain stuff, it's almost a science to it that you do that people will respond to just because, like, I mean, it's big money and they invest, they study, they learn, psychology and behavior and all of these things. So they know what to do when they go out and do these things, and it impacts people. They can do small things that impact people in a major way, or impact the way people view them in a major way. That's why you continue to see these politicians who go on these particular shows, and they end up getting a little boost from certain demographics because they go on these shows, they say the right things. But people have to be more accountable for their choices and who they choose. And so, but I do think that plays a significant role, but ultimately they view the people as numbers, because they're not going to get out there and meet each and every individual who is going to vote for them. Especially if you're talking about in a national election, it's millions and millions, if not hundreds of millions of people. So that would almost be impossible to do. But it would be impossible to do. But on these local elections, and that's kind of what it's almost like I won't say a trickle up theory, but local elections, that these people are supposed to be a part of this community, these neighborhoods, or whatever it is. You got to hold those people more accountable. And so I do think it's a numbers game.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you, Honcho. I agree with you. That's my own little spiel, man. Like, I can't do anything else. I'm in Denver, Colorado, and everything up here is a little pretty. Like everything in the rest of the United States, like everybody over here, just like wants to be all feminizing and everything else. But we still got a little of that masculinity out there, man. Like, they say, I appreciate the show and everything you're doing, your whole platform. Like, I wish you the best, and I just want to make a little quick call and see what you thought.
All right. Well, hey, Mr. Night Guy, I appreciate you calling in, and man, I'll be looking forward to hearing from you real soon.
Okay. Yeah,
right.
I'll be calling in soon. All right. Thank you.
All right. Bet.
All right. Bye.
God damn you, Professor Trill. It don't look nothing like that shit. It kind of do though. It kind of does look like that. And that shit ain't gonna die. This shit, somebody gonna look. Somebody gonna die. Everybody gonna die. But yes. The plan is Vegas, November 8th. And I know for some folks it's a little bit of a shorter notice, but like I say, if you can, hopefully you can make it. If not, like I said, we got to get everything kind of finalized this week, so we can put in some information to the people who are holding the rooms and things of that nature, or if we're going to go a different route or whatever it may be, so that we can have all that accurately. Yeah, I just realized I haven't watched them. Accurately taken care of. And so, like I say, there'll be options. We'll get more into that. So, like I say, if you are on Facebook, make sure you join the Facebook group, because right now that's the easiest way to communicate. Wish there was a way we combine Facebook and Instagram chats, and there's some people who aren't on any social media, so that it just makes it a little bit difficult getting the communication across the board. But we'll make it happen. We will make it happen. Yeah, she came through last night. Miss Sean was here last night. Did she call last night? I think she was here last night. It might have called the night before, or did she call in last night? I think she called in last night, was listening in last night. But she said, she's been handling some things, taking care of some stuff. So she came through last night. Because I was wondering where she had been. I was like, damn, I was just asking about Miss Sean. Yeah, she came through last night. So, again, it'll be very interesting to see how the whole deal goes. I definitely love to meet a lot of y'all in person. And again, I think that it'll be cool to have some real conversation, have a couple ideas of some things to do, when it all goes down. So hopefully you can attend. If not, But stop. No, it's fucking terrible. These are the next little sacrifices I have to make. Like I say, cutting out these fucking dirty Black and Miles. So I said I'm gonna finish this up tonight, and no more of these fucking energy drinks. There's no reason to be drinking these shits. You know what I'm saying? No reason to be drinking these fucking shitty energy drinks. They're terrible. They are awful. But they get me wired. So now it's time to start focusing more on health. I'm finna take some time tomorrow to do some in-depth diet study and really start tailoring my diet a certain way, so I can reach certain goals that I want to reach. But I ate wow, Dre, I need a manager. I don't want to hear all that. So they keep me somewhat alert. Sometimes I forget shit. Matter of fact, now that you say it, let me hit them buttons. Like I said, I got a lot of shit I gotta take care of. So I gotta get one. Like I say, we're gonna get back to the 2-hour den mark because, like I said, I know the last few nights, days, whatever, been going longer. But we're gonna get back to the 2-hour dens for a couple of reasons. And one of those things is, you know, when people catch them late, it makes it easier for them to catch it. And then that way, you know, like I say, finally fixed the little issue I was having with the short form content. And you know, I wanna drop a lot more short videos. Because there's a lot of shit that needs to be talked about. So when we go 3-4 hours, it impacts the sleep schedule a little bit. And, you know, getting off here at 2 in the morning and trying to wake up at 6. Yeah, it's, that's why I need them motherfuckers, because I be, that's why I be needing them. Hey, the tube, what's the motherfucking deal? Glad you could join us this evening. So, but today, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Today, I got some great sleep. I slept for quite some time. I did not wake up till the afternoon. I got up early, did a couple things, and I went back to sleep. And say Master Cleanser, man, I definitely, I've heard about it. I've never really tried it. I actually, because I used to write for some websites a while back, until me and the lady who hired me to do it, we had a little bit of a falling out, but it was all good. And so it would be various articles that I would have to write about just random topics and things. And the Master Cleanse was one of them. And I found it very interesting. I told myself that I would end up doing it, but I hadn't. I've done fasting for multiple days and things of that nature, like complete fast, not just the intermittent shit. I've done complete fast and stuff like that, but never the cleanse system. But I definitely need to implement some of those here in the near future. Now that I'm actually starting to lose a little bit more, I definitely need to I need to maybe implement that, because I've been doing the calorie cutting. That's been working pretty well, but just a good old fast might not hurt. My old lady made one of my favorite things today. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I love King Ranch casserole. Love it. Don't know why. Ever since when they used to serve that shit in school, and it wasn't that great, but I used to love it. King Ranch casserole was my shit. Outside of these, that's all I do drink. Outside of when I can say, and the only time I smoke black is when I'm in the den. When I'm in, like, throughout the day, don't smoke, don't even be thinking about it, don't even be tripping. But when I come and I sit my ass in this chair, that's when I get to smoking or drinking these fucking energy drinks. Any other time, I don't deal with it, and I only really drink water anyway. I actually drank some orange juice yesterday. That's probably the first other beverage I've had in a long time. Nothing. I had some tea the other day. So, but again, I really mainly just drink water. What is what? What? Y'all don't know what King Ranch casserole? Oh my gosh. Will do at the tube. Will do. Yeah, man. Never had King Ranch casserole? It's like chicken and some other shit in it. King Ranch like a farm and shit. You know what I'm saying? No, not rice. Ranch. Let me type this shit. And with your accent, you know, I don't want to hear all that. I'm misspelling and shit. Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is that? You misspelled the shit. Oh shit, hold on, player. I seen somebody called in and they hung up on the player. Yeah, chicken and shit, man. Y'all gotta Googleize that shit. That shit go hard. I fuck with it. Yeah, hey, that's what I'm saying. All right, Rapid, I appreciate it. Yeah, so like I say, the thing is, like, as much as I enjoy the live interaction and I enjoy, taking the calls and things like that, I gotta get back to the 2 hour den simply because there's so much more that I can be putting out. And goals, let's talk about goals, and I was telling you I was gonna share some goals and thoughts and things like that. Now, a lot of you and a lot of folks mentioned they came in through Soft Sports, and those of you who don't know, I have a sports channel, but I only talk about Houston sports because we don't get a certain level of appreciation in the national media, and with the moves that they've been making as of recently, well, I understand why. There you go, Trill. Hater. And so my ultimate goal with this, like I say, and I want to talk about y'all. So if you got something on your mind, if it's just something that's bothering something you just want to talk about, feel free to call it tonight. We don't have to talk about your history in the den or anything like that. But the goal is, because I'll be moving here in a couple of months. Probably to the other side of town, to the other side of Houston, most likely. But the goal is to acquire a location, a better location than the garage. Much as I love the garage, central air is nice. You know what I'm saying? Central air is very nice. And makes the forehead less shiny. But like I say, I want to do something where I combine, both channels. I want to have a permanent location to where I can provide quality content throughout the day. I have a mission as far as Soft Sports and what I want to do, because the media in Houston, the sports media in Houston is trash. They're terrible. And it's just, it's awful. Where are you at the tube? Where are you located? Man, look, am I tripping, or does Chucky look like a small Tom? And we all know Tom Cruise is already short, but Chucky looks like Tom Cruise to me. Maybe I'm racist. Maybe I'm saying all white people look the same. Honcho, I thought about that. I honestly thought about that first. I was looking at some places to get that done. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about that. Albany, New York. Okay, all right. You don't know that East Coast. And, we had talked about some other locations. There was some conversation about possibly moving out of state. But I feel like I owe this city something that they deserve. But, and the plan is to get it to where it's fiscally sensible to go all in with both of these channels, and not even channels, communities, because Soft Sports is its own sports community in Houston in a way, because it's a different way of thinking for Houston sports fans, because sports media in Houston is, everything's good, everything's okay with the Texans when they're like the worst team in town. The Astros, they recently won the big one, so, they all on the Astros dick. But, the Rockets, who have been the most consistently successful team over the last few decades, they completely ignore them. They don't get the love out here. So my thing is, I just feel like I have a mission to change the conversation in this city, and slowly it is. I'm gonna do some Netflix reviews. I'm gonna have to check that out. Cause I don't watch a lot of TV. Oh, we finally finished, because I told y'all, me, the old lady, and the little one, we had started. This was like a few weeks back. We probably missed about 2 or 3 weeks, but we would watch, movies on the weekend. I make the little one watch old movies. We had watched. I told her it was that The Last Dragon a couple of weeks back. Then we got on the Blade series, so we watched the first two, those back-to-back weekends. And today we finally watched Trilogy. I didn't realize I never watched Blade Trilogy. I never saw the third one. And out of all the Blade movies, it probably, in my opinion, was the worst one. But it was still cool. I still like Blade over Black Panther. I'm not. I know people have their own personal opinions over it. I think if Blade and Black Panther had to square off, Blade would whoop Black Panther's ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, Blade would put them hands on Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? You like the third one better than the second one? My old lady said the same thing. I think I like the first and second. The third one, it was just certain. I don't know. Maybe it was the special effects or whatever they were doing with it. It just, something was different about it compared to the other one. I liked it. You know what I'm saying? But, I liked it. But, it is what it is. That's kind of when they start changing into, because that's when, the first two didn't have that little Marvel intro, where they kind of scan through a bunch of little comic things and the Marvel logo pops up. And that's what killed me. Y'all niggas ain't want to. Y'all niggas wasn't fucking with Blade. Y'all needed a whole goddamn, because y'all couldn't appreciate the greatness of Blade. Blade was a gangster. You know what I'm saying? Blade was a motherfucking gangster. You know what I'm saying? That nigga rolled one deep. He had his little homeboy. Homeboy died in like 2 of the movies. Died in like 2 of the fucking movies. That motherfucker couldn't catch a break. No, I think he's out. I think he's out. But old school couldn't catch a break, man. Then old school was out there. Old school was a Rolling Stone. That third one, he his little daughter or whatever. But yeah, man, that's how I am too, man. I definitely agree. Blade needs a remake. I heard they're supposed to be doing Spawn. Spawn was a great movie in my opinion, but they just never followed through with it like it needed to be, and. I heard they're remaking Spawn though, but we'll see how that goes. I don't know if Michael Jai White, I think they said it was going to be Jamie Foxx or something supposed to be playing Spawn instead of Michael Jai White. You know what I'm saying? No, I hadn't seen that. No, I hadn't seen the Blade series short. Let me jot that down. Take a look at that. But yeah, that's my thing, man. I just don't watch a lot of television. I don't really sit down and watch a lot of TV. Like, I don't even want to finish up fucking Black Mirror. The first episode pissed me off. That first episode pissed me the fuck off. Like, I was a fan of the Black Mirror series. The first one, I think 3 or 4 seasons. They had the little pick your own adventure. It was okay. I like what they were doing with it. But then this first fucking shit was like terrible. Terrible. It was like so much politicized type bullshit in there. And it was terrible. I did actually want to do I did want to actually talk about that. I did want to do a video about that one. Anthony Mackie? I'm not sure what's Anthony Mackie. I haven't seen that one. A word? That's terrible. But there's a couple of movies I need to see. I still haven't watched fucking John Wick. I ain't even seen that. Yeah, the gay stuff it was killing me. Oh, Anthony Mackie. Oh, that's his name. That's old buddy's name. Papa Doc. Yeah, man. The gay Captain America. Like, and here's my deal with it. Why it bothered me. And you knew where it was going early on. It was some old cuckold shit. It was some old gay shit going on. It was just like, it was a narrative being painted in that bitch. And it was like, come on, man. Come on, man, really? And I couldn't do it, man. No, I haven't watched Narcos. I heard it was good, but like I said, I just don't. I don't get into it, man. I just don't. The lady was gay. No, I ain't gonna ruin it. If you haven't seen it, it said Michael J. White will take no bitch ass role. Exactly. That's Michael J. Man, that motherfucker there will kill you. and that's the thing about it. That's probably what it is because he ain't taking no whole ass role. He should be. He should have been in so much more shit, man. Oh no, yeah. Nah, I figured like from off the rip, it just seemed questionable because in that early scene when they was first playing the game, I was like, yeah, this shit finna get real gay. You know what I'm saying? The interview with Vlad, I haven't seen it. I don't watch too much of Vlad. Vlad is questionable to me too. Did he play Tyson? See, I'm out of man. I'm telling you, I'm so out the loop on so much shit when it comes to what's out here. I'm still concerned with trying to see the. I want to go see Godzilla. I'm hoping it's action packed. That's all I want. I don't even want to hear anybody talk. I just want to see Godzilla fuck some shit up. You know what I'm saying? Man, Mr. Nice Guy, hey, do you, man, and don't even trip. You are good. You are fine and dandy. You know what I'm saying? Don't even trip on it. You would not be the first person to have called and been drinking, so it's all good. Don't go see it. It's not good. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, he's spoken to. Okay, I might check that out then. I might check it out then. But there's a couple of ideas that I've had as far as with the channel that doing some little series type things. You know what I mean? Like speaking on certain shit, but kind of making it a continued conversation. You know what I mean? So. There's some things. Just expect some interesting stuff in the future, and as we continue to go along, and continue to grow. It's not a good story. Was a great monster. That's all I want. I don't want no story. I don't want no story. I just want monster fighting. Because all the other ones, they try to make these great stories and shit. I don't care about them folks. So I just want to see monsters fighting. I want shit to explode, Michael Bay style. I want motherfuckers getting fucked up. I want to see at least 3 people get stepped on, like at one time. Yeah, but again, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about Vlad for a second, right? Let's talk about that. And I kind of agree. People say all kind of stuff about Vlad, but to me, Vlad makes motherfuckers look foolish, But it's like they willingly go on there to look foolish. But are people willing to do that because of the exposure that they get by going on a Vlad channel? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's what kills me is because, I think most people are aware of what it is and what he's doing. But still, people willingly go on there. They have no problem, putting themselves out there, And so it is what it's like, I'm not too cool with it. But again, people gonna rock with it. People gonna rock with it. Motherfuckers go in there and yeah, it is what it is. Who is Adam 22? Because I've been seeing that name a little bit around, and I'm not familiar with who Adam 22 is. Let me see. TK Kirkland. Okay. Oh, that's that no jumper shit. That's him. Okay. Well, it's just like it's to me. Like I say, it's just again, if people watch it, then you got to do what you do. I can't be mad at Vlad because obviously you're doing something that people like and that people are gonna watch. But I just can't. I can't do that. He had a robbery. Oh, that's right. Yeah, somebody ran up in his shit. That's right. And he's with Lena the Plug, I think. Okay. So, yeah. So that's crazy. Oh, Lord Jamar don't care for Eminem? Okay. And that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of these motherfuckers, they have these things going on in their life, and they act like this motherfucker does not pass. You know who's a mark? Damn, what is his name? What's his name? I think he's a DJ, but I forgot where he's from. He's a mark though. A lot of these DJs be marks. A lot of these radio people be like some mark ass people, but they have a platform. Some motherfuckers gotta go do what it does. Ebro's a mark. I don't fuck with too much of what he does, but yeah, DJ Envy's a mark too. But Academics is a mark too. That's why I started thinking when I was trying to think of him, I started thinking about them too. That's the next two motherfuckers I thought about. Them motherfuckers are some marks, dog. Academics is a super simp. Envy has the perfect name. DJ Envy is the perfect because he's envious of his fucking, the people who come on. Like when I really stopped fucking with Breakfast Club was years ago when fucking Dame Dash came on there, right? And Dame Dash was giving great game. You know what I'm saying? Envy as far. I didn't know what happened with that. But Dame Dash came on and he was giving great game, just telling people, hey, start, having, you can start a business, you can do all this. Well, they can't do that because they didn't make drug money. Everybody ain't able. Everybody is this. Like, well, you were able. Oh, I teach my son, this, and this. It's like, it's just a bunch of crazy fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? And like, I can't really rock with that shit, man. Like I'm not with that shit. They like hating on that man the whole time, and he's blessing people with good game. They try to clown, they trying to make jokes out of it, and then I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with Gary Vaynerchuk, and this is somebody I've been following for a few years. He blew up recently too. He's been on for a minute, but he went on Breakfast Club, and he basically said the same shit that Dame Dash was saying. In a different manner, but basically the same shit. And they was all on this dick. Oh yeah, this is great. This is, you know what I'm saying? This and this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, stop the nonsense, man. And this is what I'm saying as far as dealing with these people who are supposed to have weight and leverage in the community. When fucking Soulja Boy went on there and he was talking some good shit, even though Soulja Boy was on the academic show, and that chick sitting next to him was hating. Whether you fuck with Soulja Boy, I don't like Soulja Boy. I think he's a joke, but I cannot knock anybody's hustle, man. I cannot knock anybody's hustle. I don't care if I fuck with you or not. If you only trying to do something different and you try to make some waves and do whatever, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we support black business, but then all you did was undermine everything he said. Academics too, undermining everything he says. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they whooped. Who is it? They called Charlamagne outside the studio and whooped his ass. But the thing about Soulja Boy was just like, he was saying some real shit, man. You know what I'm saying? He was saying some real shit. And then they clowning and making a joke out of it. You know what I mean? Like, come on, get the fuck on. Like, I'm not gonna knock anybody else. I don't care if it's some old, there's certain hustle I guess you can't fuck with. But if it works for you and it puts money in your pocket, you know what I'm saying? You're able to live your lifestyle and feed your family. I'm not hating. Cat Williams, man, Cat Williams keeps it 100% real, and he told everybody what was going on, and what happened after that, exposed. Everybody that was against him, he exposed it, or he ain't really exposed it, but it is what it is. Who calling in and hanging up? Come on now. Who could look like I'm trying to take your call now? But yeah, Tiffany Haddish is not funny. I try to give her a whole, like I try to be unbiased. I watch some of her old shit and some of her stand-up shit, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like, I'm not amused. I don't even think I chuckled. Like, and I love stand-up comedy. You know what I'm saying? I think it's the last safe haven of free speech, even though they're trying to ruin that too. I love stand-up comedy. It's the greatest shit in the world to me. But Kat told, when he went in on old gal, she got fired not too long after that. She got canceled because a bunch of comedians came out and started speaking on her. You know what I'm saying? After Kat, you know what I'm saying? Look, hold on. Watch yourself, DeBarkey. Watch yourself, DeBarkey. I love Bernie. But what Dave did was epic. The Dave Chappelle show I can still watch Dave Chappelle. Seen it 1,000 times. I could still watch Dave Chappelle. I watched old Dave stand-ups over and over. Like, what was it, Killing Them Softly? You know what I'm saying? Killing Them Softly was a classic. What got me on Dave is like, I first heard Dave Chappelle on like MP3s way back in the gap when it took a day and a half to download a fucking 3 megabit MP3 in dial-up days. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all been born with Wi-Fi. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Fucking Dave, man. The thing that made me start rocking with Dave is the fucking Sesame Street shit when he was talking about Oscar the Grouch. You know what I'm saying? That shit, I was like, who the fuck is this? After I heard that shit, it was over. Dave is hilarious, dog. I don't know, Nick, sometimes you gotta race. Love Richard Pryor, love Paul Mooney. Richard Pryor was gay, unfortunately, you know, and it's okay, I guess. You know, if he's funny, he's funny. But a lot of people, you know, it was questionable behavior going on back then. You know what I'm saying? Robin Harris was the man. Been unfortunate that he went so soon. You know what I'm saying? Very unfortunate that he went so soon. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into who keep calling it just hanging up? Y'all bored? Is y'all bored? What is really going on? But, you know, Charlie Murphy was great too. Charlie Murphy might have been the thing that just, like, Dave was already funny. Let's not take anything away from Dave. But Charlie Murphy's True Hollywood Stories, like the Prince story and the Rick James story. When your shit just changed the verbiage of a nation, I'm Rick James, bitch. Fucking game, blouses. I mean, come on, man. That shit was just, when your shit is so relatable. Excuse me. Good grief. Good grief. Man, and you know what? I never watched, man, I think I saw one episode of Black Jesus. I saw one episode of Black Jesus. They should have never gave you niggas money. That shit was pure comedy. And the thing was that, you know, he wasn't even trying to be funny. It was just so natural. You know, it was just so natural. Thank you. Appreciate that, Mr. Nice Guy. And it was just so natural. That's what made it so great. You know what I mean? But yeah, I never watched it. Again, like, I had all the intentions of, like, I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna watch it. It looks like it's pretty funny. Just never watched it. Let me see here. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, Aaron Magruder. And they said that this next Boondocks, he's not gonna be in it, which is terrible. Which is crazy how, you know, you can create something, and then once you go big and these big major corporations get involved, they can take your shit and continue your work without you. That's wild. That's wild. Good grief. Give me a second. Hold on. Tough. You say what made comedians blow up like stand-up movies? Man, who really? I mean, it's been going on for a long time. Because, I mean, Eddie Murphy. Think about Eddie Murphy, man. Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy was a great. Appreciate it again. Thank you, Mr. Nice Guy. Eddie Murphy was a great, and I think a lot of you younger folks who may not have ever seen Eddie Murphy stand up, y'all only know him from the family friendly shit. You gotta watch Raw. You gotta watch Delirious. If you are a fan of stand-up comedy, and you have not seen Raw or Delirious, you are missing out on like that's when I think comedy was making superstars. You know what I'm saying? What's the motherfucking deal? Who we have calling into the dead this evening?
What's up, Honcho? This is Lena from California.
All right, Miss Lena from California. How you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. I'm glad you're talking about something I'm interested in. I'm interested in all the stuff that you say, but this is something that I'm really concerned about.
Okay. Let's speak on it then. What concerns
Okay,
you?
I've noticed since this Me Too movement, all the censorship that's going on, people can't really, especially the attack on the comedians. I believe that Dave Chappelle was the precursor to Barack Obama getting elected. His content and his connection with young audiences, especially white, and the way he talked about race, that was like the precursor to Barack getting elected. To me, I feel like he played a role in it because, some of the celebrities, they don't give themselves enough credit to the power that they have. And now I'm looking at these comedians now and what's going on with this agenda that's going. I live in L.A., you know what I mean? And there's an agenda going on, definitely. There's a gay agenda. There's a censorship agenda. It's like I don't even know what's going on. I really don't. But what I'm saying is, like, with Cat Williams, he's one of my faves. He came out and he went in on Steve Harvey some years back. Remember when he went on Steve Harvey real hard?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I remember bits of it. I don't remember like the whole thing, but I do recall him going in on Steve.
Well, it was as if they were trying to discredit Cat, like Cat was going crazy and stuff. And I do believe that there's something going on within this industry. There's a type of evil, because remember what happened to Martin. Yeah. Martin had a stroke and he was running down Hollywood Boulevard with a gun. And it's something about this Hollywood culture. Dave went and said, fuck $55 million and went to Africa to get away from these motherfuckers. For real, there's something going on. But Cat Williams went in on Steve Harvey super hard. I mean, it was like he would call into the nigga's show and just talk bad about him, roasted him. They were supposed to do a show together. And as a matter of fact, they did do a show together, but Cat roasted Steve Harvey. And everybody was like trying to discredit Cat, like Cat was just crazy and he didn't know what he was talking about. But now, fast forward 2019, you look at Steve, you find out all this other stuff, like how he was hating behind the scenes on Bertie Mac, trying to, stop his bag. Then he meeting with Donald Trump, and then he's sitting up talking about, telling people how to live their lives, and if they don't have money, if you sleep, rich people don't sleep 8 hours, all this old crazy shit. Now he losing. Now the same people he was trying to be elite, in with the elite, they didn't took everything from him. And I really don't feel, because now I see what Cat was talking about. Do you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I see where you're going. I got you.
Because.
Oh, go ahead. Okay.
No, when you lose the love of the community, like, say, that's where Bill Cosby went wrong. Bill Cosby was America's super dad. He was up on this platform, and during that time, he could have done so much more. He was concentrated on the the historical black colleges and the education and stuff, but he wasn't really focused on the kids, the broken kids, fatherless kids, the ghetto kids, or anything like that, where he had a voice and he could have really made a difference, but he ignored that part of the community, right? And then some years later, he coming back like an old senile dementia motherfucker talking about you naming, like chastising the black community about how they naming their kids and, saying all the things that racist white people want to say, but no, they can't. And so he lost favor in the black community. That's why you didn't see too many people rallying for him. You didn't see too many people rallying for Bill Cosby because he lost that love. And see, a lot of people, a lot of people don't give the black community enough credit because we stick by our own. As long as you're not doing nothing with no kids and doing nothing with children, and really you ain't really killed nobody. You could really kill somebody, but as long as you ain't really doing nothing to really harm old people and kids, a motherfucker stand by you for real. But it's like Bill Cosby lost his favor, just like O.J. lost his favor, certain things. If Barack wouldn't have had a black wife, he would have never got elected. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So there's certain things that a person can do to lose favor in our community. And Steve Harvey did that. And now that I look at it, Cat, they looking at him trying to say, oh, he crazy and this and that. Ain't nothing wrong with that motherfucker. He might get high. I wouldn't doubt that. But he know what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about. And so what they doing now, like when they was trying to push that Caitlyn Jenner shit on people, that old woman of the year, that shit made me mad for real. But it's just an agenda that's being pushed, and everybody ain't with it, but the media is trying to make it seem like everybody is with it. And everybody is not with comedians being censored. I don't want to go see a show. And no, Tiffany Haddish is not funny. And Kat was 100% right about her ass. And that's just facts to me, in my mind. So, I want Dave to keep on doing this thing. I admire him. It takes a lot to walk away from $55 million. Shit. Yeah. What you think?
Absolutely does. That's why I say to me it was a stand-up move. And, you definitely know that you could be set for life, but he valued his integrity and he didn't like what was going on, with that whole situation. So I commend him for that. And eventually, he came back and he got his money. It took a little bit. I remember when he first kind of started going back on tour. I know when his second stop, I think he started off in Dallas. His second stop was in Houston. I went and seen him. And Dave is just such a natural. That's why I love everything about Dave, because I'm talking about, it was a guy. It was funny because we were up real close. We were like in the second or third row watching the show, and it was a dude right next to us, and he was wasted. Like, he was so fucked up, like the security came and ended up getting him. I ain't gonna lie, I was flirting with his wife a little bit, but that's a whole nother story. But and they ended up getting, and Dave was just capping on him, and it was just so funny because he just had that natural, the ability to just, go off of a whim. And again, you got a lot of comedians now that don't have that. They have, pre-scripted, and they study and they work, they little jokes. And I'm not saying he doesn't do that too, because of course they have a natural flow to how their shows are supposed to go. But Dave, again, like the fact that he stood up and he's like, I don't like what's going on, and he walked away, and and he came back and he, better than ever, in my opinion. What you said with the agenda, with the gay agenda and all that, there was a lot of people giving him flack because he was talking about trannies, and I think he said faggot or something like that in one of his stand-ups, and they were trying to talk about him for saying that. He didn't give a shit. He's like, fuck y'all, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's how you gotta be. That's the problem. Is like so many people try to bend to the will of what everybody else wants, and they lose themselves. And so I commend him for that.
Yeah, but everybody don't want it. That's what people don't understand. Everybody don't want that shit. It's just the power of the people pushing that agenda that's making it try to portray like everybody want it. Everybody don't want that shit. Who in the hell? I was mad as hell. Caitlyn Jenner at the ESPY Awards getting a Woman of the Year. Bitch, you ain't push out no baby. You know what I mean? How you going? Unless you had a 8-pound baby sitting on your bladder and can't find the bathroom, you don't know the pain. Bitch, you are not a woman. I don't give a damn. You know how, I don't know, the media has changed. I guess it's social media, because I'm a 90s kid.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up in the 80s, graduated from high school in the 90s. You know, I remember when we had pagers.
Yeah.
You know, where you had to, somebody beep you, you had to go find a cell phone.
Yeah.
I mean, no, a pay phone.
Yeah.
Wish you had a cell phone. Shit. And so now I don't know, it's something going on.
Yeah.
It's just something going on with these people, and I'm telling you. But what I really called in to say about that censorship, I wish it would stop, and I wish people would just stand up to it and be like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say what I want to say, because Bernie Mac, one of his funniest bits, that when he was in the Kings of Comedy, when he was talking about his sister's kid, and he was talking about one of them was a faggot. That shit was funny, and he couldn't have done that. He can't do that now.
Yeah, you can't.
Remember how funny that shit was?
Yeah, him upstairs. Yeah, that shit was hilarious. That, and then he talked about the other one with the bus driver too, talking about he seasoned me. That shit was, Bernie Mac was hilarious. And again, like I think, not to underappreciate what he did. He was again, like you said, that was one of his things too, when he used to be on Def Comedy Jam. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers, and he would say whatever the fuck he wanted to. But yeah, like you said, nowadays they don't want people to talk. They want to be able to control what you can say. We don't want to offend these people over here. You see shows that have been historically offensive to almost everybody. Like I stopped watching Family Guy a while back, but I saw a little article there talking about they're going to stop making fun of gay people. Well, your whole show is about making fun of everybody, so you're going to stop making fun of the racial jokes, if you're not going to do sexual orientation and everything else. Like, why are gay people off limits, That's what I don't understand.
Right.
If they're just like everybody else, if it's normal like everybody else, and they should get made fun of just like everybody else. That's
oh my God, because they run in Hollywood. And let me tell you something. And another thing, this is something I think about often. Like a lot of the movies, like Russia has banned some movies. Some of the European countries have banned some movies. When they tried to go to Germany, and Tom Hanks tried to film that movie about, when they was going to do the hit on Hitler, and Germany banned that movie, right?
Yeah.
Valkyrie. The movie was called Valkyrie, and they banned that because they didn't want that movie being shown, and he was a Scientologist, and whatever reason they said. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so countries, especially European countries, they ban American films because they know the power of the media, and they know the power of movies and how they portray. And then if you look throughout history, how we have been portrayed as black people in movies all throughout history, from the beginning, when it was silent movies. I mean, we were portrayed as animals. We was portrayed as maids and butlers. We were just the lowest. We were the whole world. I was a flight attendant, and I was in Ireland one time, and I was watching TV in my hotel, and I seen this old cartoon in Ireland with the little cartoon with the big the Africans. They were portrayed as cannibals, and they had the big lips and the bones in their nose, and I've never been so offended in my life when I seen that, and I was like, what the fuck? It was something that you wouldn't see in America now, but if you think about it, this was what fed racism. This is how we were portrayed. And going generation to generation to generation, this is why it's so hard to overcome. You know what I mean? Because this is embedded in people's minds of who we are as a people. And Hollywood, whoever takes credit, because Jews like to take credit for, being the kings of Hollywood, and then they want to portray themselves within the civil rights movement as our friends. But how can you be my friend when you portrayed me throughout to the world as being less than?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it say something about Israel. It's on. Remember Dwayne Wade tried to say something to support Palestine, and that owner of the Heat shut him down.
I didn't even know about that.
he shut him down, made him apologize because he was like, I support Palestine when they was bombing Palestine. I'm a history major. I graduated from the University of Michigan. I know what I'm talking about. I studied Middle Eastern history. I know how it all began. And so I know the conflict that's going on, and I know who's behind it, who does not want peace. Israel does not want peace, but then they're embedded in our psyche because of religion, you know, because of the Bible and the Jews. You know, that's how it's told. A lot of European countries don't. Germany didn't believe that. Neither did Russia. They like, we don't, motherfuckers, you know what I mean? But what's going on, you know, you have this enslaved people. We're going to give you Christianity, and I am a Christian. I can't help it. You got to believe in something. Shit, there's too much evil in this world for you not to believe in God. You better believe in Him. There's stuff going on. This is a demonic society. But I'm just saying that, you know, as far as the media goes and how they betrayed us, they owe us an apology. More than an apology. Reparations should have been given. But they're not going to give us. Bill Clinton was the first president that apologized for slavery. I mean, we have been disrespected as a people and it's just ongoing. But I did listen to your show last night, and you were talking about that young man who did what he did, and they're out rioting. I totally agree with what you were saying. Because, you know, shit, nigga, you better sit down. He needed to sit down. You know, whenever a life is taken, you know, you feel bad, but he did have it coming.
Yeah.
He did have it coming because, nigga, I live where we got gunshots is a norm over here. Helicopters all through the air. It goes down in this motherfucker, I'm telling you. So, I understand how hard the police's job. It's a hard job, and since since the LA riots, the city of Los Angeles has the most difficult psychological test for a person to become a police officer. So it's not like they just letting anybody in. Somebody in Alabama can't come here and just be a police officer after losing their job or anything because they won't pass it. So if you hear about, you don't really hear too much. I mean, there's people getting killed out here every day, but you're not gonna really hear nothing in the news about the city of Los Angeles with something like that going on. When was the last time you heard something like that going down in L.A.?
I ain't heard no news from LA in a while, so that's
Not with the police, not like that. I mean, it does happen. But if it happened, you best believe a motherfucker was tripping and had it coming because they don't just let anybody be police officers now. I live in the Crenshaw district. We have our own police. We have our own little substations around here. Black officers and stuff, they don't want it with us. We've already gone through that. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I'm sorry that that's happening out there in Memphis, but
I got a question for you, Miss Lena. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You said that you used to be a flight attendant, right?
Yes.
Are you a member of the Mile High Club?
Oh, you want to get on something more?
No,
Am I a member of the Mile High Club?
I'm just curious because I mean, you know, the opportunity is presented. I'm just look, you know, every now and then I'm gonna throw some random shit. I'm curious to know. I think that's a yes.
That's
she steered it a little bit. I think it's a yes, but I'm gonna let you answer.
No, I was working the flights. You know, I'm a member of the layover hotel Let's Kick It Club. The Mile High Club. No,
Okay.
I didn't mess around on the job, but yeah, I could have done it. You know, while I was, you know.
Okay, I'm just being nosy.
Look at you.
No,
Now
yeah.
you trying to. I'm talking too much, so you want to bring up the Mile High Club.
No, I have to make sure that I get this in before we forget. No, I enjoy everything you're speaking on, but you know, look, I gotta throw some randoms. I wouldn't be me if I didn't. So I just had to make sure I didn't forget to say that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I am a member.
Okay.
With
Hey,
my
man.
husband, because my husband at the time, he worked for the airline too, so we done some old questionable, could have went to jail ass shit on the plane. But yeah,
It's
could have
all
lost
good.
our job.
But was it worth it?
You know what? At the time, it was.
Okay.
Because we didn't get caught.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just asking. I'm
No, but
nosy.
I know I was all over the place. I done went all over the place. I'm over here drinking. I ain't gonna
Hey,
lie.
what you drinking
You
on?
know what? You know what? I'm drinking on some good ass tequila, a margarita mixed in. I got the shit from Costco.
Okay. Okay. I ain't mad at you. Nah, I ain't mad at you. Like I said, nah, everything you're saying, I'm just looking over what you're saying, like I say, and nah, you on some good stuff. I'm just, I just gotta throw a little something. I gotta throw a little monkey wrench in every now and then.
No, I love what you're doing. Your channel gonna grow. Watch.
I'm gonna keep grinding. Hopefully, hopefully other folks feel the same
And,
way.
and you know what you were saying about the Breakfast Club too. I didn't like what they did to Amara La Negra, that Latin black girl.
Oh, I hadn't heard about it. What happened with that situation?
No, they was interviewing her, and she was talking about racism within the Latin community. Being an Afro-Latina, and Charlemagne bitch ass. Sometimes I fuck with him because I like some of his donkeys of the day, and sometimes I feel like he's really being, he's enlightening on some things. He ain't telling me nothing that I don't know, but sometimes I thought he was better than that. But when they interviewed her, and she was talking about, how she was struggling to make it as a Afro-Latina, and they was comparing her to, she did comparisons with Cardi B because it was about some love and hip hop shit. She's on it, Cardi B on it, Cardi B made it, and some shit she was going on with her throughout the taping of the show. Like she was being discriminated against and looked at a certain type of way. And he was sitting up asking her, like he was coming at her with that whole ideology with pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Discrimination does not come into play. Like he didn't know what she was talking about. It was real disrespectful. The way he was talking to her. Like they was like wouldn't even validate what she was what her feelings and what she was trying to say, and it made me mad. I was like, motherfucker, shut your bitch ass up, Charlemagne. That's why they did whoop his ass or chased him or something. That whole show. What happened?
Yeah, they popped him in the mouth and he took off running. That boy ran a 4 flat. He got up out of there quick. He got hit that one day. They asked him to do a drop or something like that, like a little shout out. And then as soon as he called himself doing it, somebody stole him and then he took off running. So, it is what it is. I don't really care for him too much. Like I said, after that Dame Dash shit, I was pretty much done with it. The only other episode I think I really watched it because it's a guy named Curtis Schoon that I follow. He actually ended up doing a show on the Breakfast Club, and it took them forever before I followed him on Twitter, and he did the show maybe 2 or 3 weeks before they ever even aired it, and so, but he was speaking some real shit because, he has some history within the community and everything, and it's like they almost didn't want to show his shit, you know what I mean? So I don't really care for him too much. Like I say, it's just, I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything.
You're not really missing out on anything. But that Dame Dash interview that I did see, Dame Dash did come across as unlikable and cocky as hell. He did. He came across as unlikable and cocky as hell, and I just didn't understand. I did watch that, and when I watched it, I remember feeling like, this nigga, shut your ass up. The way but you know what? He was telling his points about starting your own business and teaching your kids to be a boss instead of an employee, I got that. But the other way around, he came, like if you watch the Nipsey, when Nipsey was on there, Nipsey Hussle, he came across likable. You can't even fuck with him. He was so likable because he was for real. He came across real humble. And you know what? I was an intern. in Parliament. And when I interviewed that man, he told me, I asked him, what would you say to someone aspiring to be in the position that you're in? He said, if you're not humble, you have to learn to pretend to be. And some of these cats don't know how to pretend to be humble, even if they're not. Because when you're not humble, it makes you unlikable, and that's just what happened with Dame Dash. But Nipsey was something different, and Soulja Boy, I love that interview. I forgot what Soulja Boy was saying. Shit, he wasn't lying about none of that shit, even though he come across kind of wacky and what the fuck. But that nigga wasn't lying. He did pop it off through YouTube. He was the first person. And you know what? They can't take that. Nobody could take that from him. That's why I was like, Soulja Boy wasn't lying.
He wasn't. But they try to make it look like a joke. And again, it's like, and I understand what you're saying about how people come across. Maybe I tend to kind of ignore, because I try to hear what it is. What is it that they're really saying? You know what I'm saying? And I know that a lot of people can be turned off by the way things are being said. So I understand what you're saying about the Dame Dash thing. But to me, it was like, I just felt like Envy was just coming at him in a little bit of a hostile manner, and it was like they were just undermining some of the stuff he did. Like they were looking for ways to try to discredit. Like when they were trying to say, "Oh, you took a deal with the Rockefeller deal," and he was like, "No, it wasn't a deal. This was the way he explained it. You know, it was like it was a distribution thing, but it was the way it was worked out that they were basically partners. You know what I'm saying? With I forgot whatever record company it was, and just little shit that." You know, it was like they were trying to undermine what he was saying. So I felt like maybe there was some pushback from him. But they didn't seem to present like a welcoming vibe from them either. So, but like I said, I think if you really just check it out, he said a lot of good shit that people need to take away from.
He did, but he did come across kind of cocky and kind of unlikable and shit. I would have been like, nigga, you know what I mean? He did come across that way, but what he was saying, I guess his message got kind of diluted in his persona, his attitude towards stuff. But the way they interview people is disrespectful in some ways, because sometimes they would have never came at Jay-Z the way they came at him. You know, they talk all that shit, but they do different things with different people. I mean, some people, they get on there and they use kid gloves. They don't try to disrespect them. Yeah. But then there's sometimes Charlamagne get to open his mouth like he working with Wendy and stuff. And I won't be surprised if somebody don't whoop his ass up in that studio.
Yeah.
But Honcho, thank you. I know I didn't took up all your time, but I just wanted to say shit. I just want to say hi.
All right. Well, I appreciate you for calling in and just sharing your thoughts and opinions with us. You know, I'm gonna save for next time you call in. I'm gonna have a question for you. I ain't gonna hit you with it this time, but I'll be looking forward to you calling in again, and I'll be sure to ask you this question.
All right. I'll talk to you later. You take care.
All right. You too, Ms. Lena. Thank you for calling.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. Good night. All right. So I think we'll get ready to wind it up on that, because I said, like I said, I got to get back to the 2-hour dilly dally. So and we'll be back active in the morning. So y'all know how it goes. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all for sharing your thoughts. I rock with y'all. I ain't gonna say it no more. Y'all know I gotta do my proper things. Hey, tomorrow morning, Monday morning, weekdays, 10 a.m. Central, we'll be live then at 10 in the morning. Make sure you in that thing. Every night, 7 days a week, every night, 10 p.m. Central. Make sure you here, like tonight. So shout out everybody who came through tonight. Start looking for a lot more content on the denshowpodcast.com, so make sure you check that out. That you can, if you can't watch, listen. And again, it's gonna be some more. It probably will be the same stuff that's on the channel, but like I said, it'll be some different content on the podcast. So make sure you tune into that. Go ahead and get you that. Go get you some of that Honcho merch. Go get that Honcho is my homie. Available for men and ladies. Ladies shirts. The shirts I'll be rocking are available for the ladies, and I have ladies colors. So y'all be talking about, yeah, Honcho, you don't do nothing but bash the women, you attack the women, you talk bad about the women, you don't even make women's clothes. So that's a lie. All of those things are fictitious. Those are all lies. I love the ladies, and I do have ladies clothes in the Den Show shop. So go check that out. Make sure you follow the Den on all the proper social medias, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, denshowlive@gmail if you want to send an email. Definitely look forward to it. I know, like I said, some folks have said they've sent some things and have not been on top of that. But tomorrow morning, I'm going to start my mornings off with the emails. and make sure I catch up on all those things. Hit that like button, man. If you've been in here cooling, you chilling, and you enjoy the conversation, hit that like button. If you're new to it, hit the subscribe button, then hit the like button, and then sit back and chill. Man, hey, look, if you want to follow my personal social medias, Ed Honcho HTX on Instagram and Twitter. If you want to see Scotty, he's on the gram on occasion. And if you want to see my chicken sandwiches, they're on the gram with Scotty plotting on them. So make sure you check that out. If you ever want to call the den, even if we're not live, you can always hit the den up, 833-284-3336. You can text, send screenshots, picture messages, whatever it may be. If you got something on your mind, whatever you got going on, whatever your thoughts may be, you can send it to the line. I'll definitely check that out. So if you come across a news story or something, you shoot that to the line. I appreciate that. Or the email, however you want to get in contact. I know certain things are better for certain folks. If you want to support the channel, you can go to streamlabs.com/The Den Show if you want to make a one-time donation. If you want to be like the lovely folks who have committed to the Patreon monthly support, you go to patreon.com/The Den Show. Shout out to Betty Spaghetti, the newest patron. Shout out to Dan the Man. Shout out to Miss Goya. Shout out to Stina Starry-Eyed. Shout out to James. And shout out to, hold on, look, I'm gonna remember, hold on. Damn, hold on. Diana, James, Dan, Stina Starry-Eyed, Goya, and Mother Flipper. Hold on. I done fucking forgot. If I miss you, I ain't dish you. Look, I'm trying to be I'm trying to be on top of it. But you know it's all love. If I missed you, what did I say? Stina, Diana. Hold on. I got it. Hold on. Diana, Stina Starry-Eyed, Betty, Miss Goya, James, and Dan the Man. Bow. I got them 6 already. Look, I ain't gonna forget. There's too much love to forget y'all, man. Hey, I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. Hit that like button. Share with your friends. Tell your associates if you enjoy the conversation. You got associates who you think would enjoy the conversation. Man, go ahead and share that with them. But we will be live back 10 in the morning. Go 10 to noon tomorrow, Central Time. Thank all of y'all, man. I appreciate all the love and everybody who enjoyed bikinis. No bikinis, but I was looking at some, what do they call them? Crop top, halter tops or something like that. But I was going to do some of those, specifically for the ladies. But then I saw that shit where they talking about men have crop tops. They're wearing them into something. I don't want none of y'all niggas wearing no crop top honcho shit. So, look, I have to kick y'all out the den for that shit. But with that being said, hey, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all ain't got to go home, but I'm going to get the fuck up out of here. And I'm going to steal some pistachios and all that good shit while y'all not looking as the stream is ending. But I appreciate y'all for coming through tonight, man. I love y'all and I appreciate it. DeMarque, I know you ain't talking. You got a airbrushed romper with your face on it. What kind of nonsense is this? What is you talking about? Got it from the middle of the mall. Off-white with the short shorts. Yeah, I know what you be into. I know DeMarque's when I see them. I know what they be on. You ain't fooling nobody around here. The boy DeMarque say he got a new unit for the Pride Parade coming up. He ready. I'm out.